Hey guys, Zoup here with another episode of Helpin' Ensign. A lot of you have been asking about commander skill points and how best to allocate them. So I'm going to go over what I use and why. I'll start with destroyers and then go through cruisers, battleships, and carriers down the road. After every round, your commander gets a certain amount of XP, just like your ship does. When you accumulate enough of these, you can use these skill points on different skills. As you can see, my commander is here in the top right. I'm going to click on my commander and a skill tree now opens up with 5 tiers. Tier 1 costs 1 skill point, Tier 2 is 2, 3 is 3, and so on. I'm going to walk you through each tier, what I use, and why. Situation awareness is a must for destroyers. This is the one tier that there is no debate over whatsoever. As a destroyer, your stealthiness is your key to survival. Knowing when you're spotted is equally important. With situation awareness, a visual indicator pops up on the screen alerting you that the enemy sees you and you must react accordingly. This is probably the most valuable skill in the game for a destroyer, more so ever than even the tier 5 skills, so make sure this is always the first one you choose. For tier level 2, I choose Torpedo Armament Expertise, which decreases load time by 10%. Torpedoes are your bread and butter. With this skill, if you have to wait 100 seconds for a reload, now you'll only have to wait 90 seconds. I choose this over Expert Marksman, especially in IJ and DDs because I rarely use my guns in them anyways. You might want to use Expert Marksman in US DDs, but their guns are decent as it is. Reload your torpedoes quicker. Use Torpedo Armament Expertise. For tier 3 I use High Alert, which decreases the amount of time your reload party takes by 10%. The reason I choose this over the others is that destroyers are weak to begin with. I'm sure you've sat dead in the water from a propulsion hit or watched helplessly as your ship blazes away. I'd rather put the fire out sooner than later. Damage control is about survival. In tier 4 I use Last Stand. Again, as a destroyer, you are weak. It's very easy for destroyers to have their propulsion or steering knocked out in its entirety. Nothing is worse than being a destroyer that's dead in the water. Last Stand allows you to limp along. This skill has saved my ship too many times to count. Again, think survival. That's what this skill is all about. Lastly, we come to tier 5. For this skill I use Concealment Expert, which decreases the destroyer's detectability by 10%. Again, a destroyer is all about stealth. You want to get in as close to the enemy as possible without being seen. This is my preferred loadout for my skills. When you get better and more comfortable, you can start experimenting with the others, but I found for me, this is what works best. Some of you will move on and up before you get past skill 3, so these first 3 tiers are highly important to you. Again, situation awareness is the most important skill for destroyers in the game. So there you have it, this is the destroyer skill set. Now go out there and do what you do. Stay tuned for more Helpin' Ensign. Zoup out.